Time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk.
Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the fields, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world.
Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports, Two Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley
And Fred Slow with producer Isaiah Johnson
on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sport.
Nice hot. Hello, Albuquerque. It's Friday. You know what that means? That means the boys are at the YMCA. Let's go. Hanging out at a porn location. Van Nunley is here. Van, welcome.
Hi, good to be here. I love this place.
Jacques Tony is here. Second time I saw him this week because he came to the Vaniversary this past weekend. Jacques, welcome.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm always excited to be on the show.
Isaiah is here producing, but ignoring my show notes. I thought we were opening with the new Carter 6 bed. All show. What's the deal? We can't you want to do the traditional one?
Well, I mean, it's so I want to get the listeners so stuck on it that they just need to hear it every day at this time. But
from Holly Grove streets, his voice took flight.
Oh, okay.
Dwayne
Now, to clarify, these are all edited, right?
Metaphor sharp as a gleaming blade.
Every single song.
There's nothing in the open.
Okay.
Yeah, this is just the open.
Through the Carter,
Still.
legend grew.
No, we're good.
Martian rain, forever true.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure this album set a
Young man is
hip-hop
king.
record for
No
N-bombs
throne
dropped.
too high.
So we got to be
Wayne
real
stays
careful on this
shining.
program today.
I didn't accidentally pick this one. It's officially here, boys. The Carter 6. Lil Wayne dropped his newest album last night, the exact time that Tyrese Halliburton was dropping game-winning shots on the Oklahoma Thunder.
But Fred, you called me last night bragging about your big prize picks win.
Hey, Jacques, your boy was a dude last night on Prize Picks.
Hallie's game-winning shot secured your prize picks win.
Hey, with point.
While I was listening to Lil Wayne and not watching the game.
That sucks because I lost mine. I lost mine.
Hey, I'm on a streak, man. Just keep betting on Angel Reese to miss the first shot she takes.
Is that a real one?
Yeah, it's a real one.
All right, that's now going to be in my rotation.
Yeah.
I was at the Tyler Childers concert last night, and I was in that little, what is that area called? Little back VIP deal thing. You know what I'm talking about? That we're always in
The Bud Light backyard.
No. That's the out front part.
Oh, never
this
mind.
is like the back one with the little bar thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, Tyler Childers comes out or whatever, and he starts his whatever, I don't know, little bit of chicken fry. I don't know what he sings. I'm not like a country guy. So anyways, but I'm in the back and I'm like watching the game on the TV, and it's coming down to it, and there's like, fake Indiana fans there. They're not actually Indiana fans.
Yeah.
And
I know upwards of 2 Indiana fans.
I know none.
I don't know any in person.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it point? So I'm chasing 2 points. I'm chasing a basket on my prize picks for like a perfecto, and a perfecto was paying, like, I'll just give the numbers out. I was paying like $600 to $20 or whatever it was. Right. So I was like, well, all right, there's 4 minutes left. He just needs one basket. I don't care who wins the game. Sports fan, I'm sorry. I don't care who wins the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be able to talk about it no matter what. And so we're literally missing the open of the concert because I'm watching Tyrese Halliburton with 0.3 seconds left make me a several hundred air. So let's go, Hallie.
Excellent. Congratulations. Big win. First off, how dare Tyler Childers have a concert
Fool.
the night that the Carter 6 comes out?
Yeah. Does he not know?
Sucker.
I don't think he knows. Well, in his defense, he did push this album back twice.
Yeah, because of the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. Yeah.
Well, and he had to wait for all the Kendrick and Drake stuff to die because this is just this album runs Drake through the mud. Like this is an attack album on Drake, even though Kendrick stole his Super Bowl spot. The assault continues on Drake. Rest in peace.
How did you infer that?
I listened to every word of every song.
Okay.
That the whole thing's just a diss track on Drake.
That Lil Wayne disagree. Is making a whole album to diss his artist.
Correct.
Drake.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I heard the whole thing.
All right, so
That's
moving on, Van.
That's another rapper that would demolish Drake in a battle, but like not one shot was fired whatsoever.
An insane amount of shots. Every song is a shot.
Every time,
every sentence is a shot.
every time moderately sized Wayne says that he's the greatest rapper of all time, you thought he was talking directly to Drake.
Keep going.
Okay, no, that's it. No, that's it. That's the only thing you could possibly infer out of this whole album that was a Drake diss.
I mean, 1 target, 0 hits. Is that what you're saying? Like, because he had them. Like, right. This is how you sell albums. You just diss Drake.
But he didn't do that.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's not a thing that he did.
I saw Kendrick do that.
No, you
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, literally.
That's what got him to the Super Bowl. This is the only formula.
None of that got.
I don't think that's what got him in the Super Bowl. I don't even think the Drake beef got him in the Super Bowl.
Look at you losers right now.
It's less
we're
about
trying to
his
put
whole-
some. We're
his
trying
whole
to give some shine to the Carter Six, and you immediately go to Drake.
Well, I know what's
First off,
up.
You
Carter 6 was
immediately
awful.
trying to
It's
throw
awful.
shade at the greatest rapper of all time, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
He's catching ricochets off of Drake.
Whoa!
This-
Number one, Carter 6 does not deserve to shine. It was an awful album.
Hey,
There's
because
no
of
way
all the
Lil
Drake.
Wayne doesn't know.
Because
There's
of
no
all
way
the
Lil
Drake
Wayne doesn't
disses.
know that.
Hey, because of all the Drake disses, though, right?
Also, Eminem would wash all these dudes.
Nah.
This
You talk about old.
Whitewash 'em.
Hold on. You talk about old Wayne or like Carter
He said, "Hold on, let me."
4 and less Wayne? Because
On No Love and Drop the World, Eminem was the better rapper in both those songs. Great verses.
when he
But
says,
I think Eminem washed.
I
it.
think that's arguable that I don't say that he was the best one on that whole song, but that's arguable. But
Both great
yes,
songs, though.
my 1 and 2, I have to go Eminem and Wayne. So
Okay.
I'm not even mad
Okay.
at you right now.
can we put
Okay.
can we put some attention where it needs to be, like on how Drake's not going to survive this?
Why you even-
Survive what?
Why are you even giving this man a platform right now? We're talking about Wayne, bro.
At one point in Bell's,
The
Drake was supposed to be on
Raptors
this
are not
album.
into NBA Finals. Why is Drake on your mind?
Right.
There was a bunch of speculation that he's going to be on this album. Wayne was
No.
wearing an owl chain yesterday before it dropped, saying, "Oh, Carter 6 is coming." So he
No.
fed into the hype, and
Hey,
then Drake wasn't.
no.
Maybe they'll be on the deluxe.
I got an owl on my
There's-
shirt right now.
I'm going to tell you this: that lyric where he's like soft as a loofah, like lame as a rooster, like that's about Drake.
okay, so
He just screamed, "You're
Anyway,
Canadian"
September
30
14th.
times in a row.
September 14th, Lil Wayne will be in Albuquerque
Yeah.
at his letter theater.
They're not paying us to talk about that.
Hey, well,
Yeah.
I'll be there is what I'm letting you know. Who's joining?
Ampa.
Your boy
Whatever.
Nelly's on,
Amphitheater.
the way, friend.
I'm very well.
And Tyga be here also for that show. So that's gonna be a good show. And
Are you just going to gloss over Ja Rule being with Nelly?
They're together.
oh god.
Banned from
Speaking
New.
of Eminem and Ja Rule, that's why Ja Rule is a no name.
A lot of people would
Murder.
agree. Yeah. Also, banned from NO, which stands for New Orleans. Banned from No, is a song about how Drake will never get to perform in New Orleans because Kendrick made it so. Like
Is-
I'm thinking, this whole thing is just shots at Drake.
Is there one shred of evidence, like one string we could pull? Pretty please. Just one nugget.
I believe that song "Wheelchair Jimmy" is about Degrassi.
Degrassi.
There's a song called Wheelchair Jimmy. That one kind of
That might
was
be a
that
shot.
was that a hidden track? Was that on the?
Nah, he just took
Do
a
you get
shot.
special access to the deluxe edition?
He said Drake ain't real. He said he's a broken NPC.
I mean, if you're gonna reach,
Yeah.
you could at least say he's like
He's reaching.
as sweet as cotton candy.
Keep going.
That's one of the songs that you didn't listen to, obviously.
I listened to the whole thing.
You did not.
I heard when Weezer was on there for some reason.
Well, Weezer wasn't even on it. He just stole a Weezer song.
That was Weezer.
It was a Weezer song. That was not the band Weezer.
So I think Island Holiday, which is Weezer's Island in the Sun.
Island in the Sun,
Sun.
yeah.
Yeah, which is probably
It's called a
stolen
sample, homie.
from a
What
duet
Lil
from the
Wayne is-
60s.
Has been doing since the 90s. So
No, it's a sample. It's called a diss.
No. That's not a sample. He did the song.
He just did the whole song.
He just did the whole song.
He covered it.
okay.
And it coincidentally, the same day that Elon talked about certain islands and certain oceans, I'm
Mhm.
telling you right now,
Epstein's Island in the Sun.
Epstein's Island and And Lil Wayne was on that island too.
Drake.
Right? Oh, Drake.
Correct.
That is-
I thought Lil Wayne was on the island, and he was saying that Drake was on the island with him.
Also, welcome back, Manny Fresh. I didn't know.
Manny Fresh.
that might be the best song on the whole album. That might be the third best song on the whole album.
Manny Fresh.
We saw Manny Fresh in New Orleans.
Twice.
Word.
He was at two different parties.
Yeah, we went to, and
He still bald.
Super Bald. And
one of the parties, he did like a 20-minute like Leonard Skinner Freebird version of
it was wild.
Back That Ass Up.
Oh, word.
I was like, is this song ever gonna end?
Bro. That's
Did he
an
start
anthem.
it?
We could
Did he
just keep-
start it over?
Like, you could just keep that one going over and over and over.
It was wild because
Once is good.
you thought it would be over at the end, and he was like, "And I can't change," and then it started over again.
That's an anthem right there, man.
All right, so the nice of Bono to give Lil Wayne the rub. Like, that's a nice move. That's going to help Lil Wayne in the game.
That's one of the worst songs I've ever heard in my entire life.
Not according to Bono fans.
That was
Bells
awful.
Bells was
Bottom tier.
awful.
Well, hold on.
I don't.
Songs in is all like.
Oh, you haven't done the whole thing yet?
I haven't.
See, you're
Yeah, same. I was so
I
disappointed.
listened to it on my
Oh.
morning commute, which is all of 8 minutes.
I've had it. Like, my phone is Van. How long have you and I been friends? Long time. 8 years.
8 years and 5 days.
We just had our anniversary.
yeah.
Have you ever seen my battery this low? Literally never.
Because all the Lil Wayne,
I'm only listening.
all the medium Wayne.
Yeah, because this is not just a bad album. This is a
Wayne.
career-ending disaster.
Career-ending disaster.
Yeah, this-
By him naming it Carter 6, there's some weight to that. But he's still the remix. He's still the king of remixes.
Word.
So he might just go and take like the top 10 rap songs over the past 5 years and then just decide to step on every single one of them.
That's what his tour is actually going to be. His whole tour is all about Wayne, like the beginning of Wayne all the way till now. So he's probably only going to do like 2 or 3
And if he plays this last, you can leave early and miss the traffic.
Yeah.
words.
Which I would do.
Yeah.
There's like
That's his
4
whole-
bangers.
Whole tour.
Yeah.
There's like 4 bangers
No.
where he raps his littlest Wayne off.
Are you thinking of the Carter 4?
No, this on this album that I listened to thrice last night when I was
I
choring.
think I've listened to it twice.
Hard disagree with Zay here. Bells went hard.
No, it was not.
So welcome to the Carter, Bells, and hip hop. Bam, bam, bam. Songs 2, 3, 4. And I was like, uh-oh, do we have a hip hop classic on our hands? And then I heard Jelly Roll
it
sing
was so bad.
the funniest chorus I've ever heard in my life.
Mhm.
And then
Actual
it just
chorus.
got worse and worse and worse.
Hey, that whole
Cotton
song.
Candy with 2 Chainz, medium.
No,
highlight.
that wasn't good either. There's an
I've
entire.
heard so many. Yep.
I was just gonna make more jokes. Go ahead.
I've seen so many clips. If talk about Zay's algorithm, it's all Lil Wayne clips today of people saying, "It's like Lil Wayne, what is this? Like, come on, bro."
His brain is so demolished by lean and whatever else
all of it.
is swirling
It's like
around in his system.
Everything
Drake
that's available.
Drake hate is on the list.
Can we address the elephant in the room?
Yeah, but you only got like 45 seconds.
Not the song Peanuts to an Elephant, which
Yeah.
is very mid. I didn't hate that one. He tried to cover Ave Maria with the help of Wyclef Jean.
Yeah, that was bad.
I was embarrassed for him and his family and people that have come before and people who have yet to come in the
Yeah,
the
I have to listen to this whole thing tonight.
it's
now.
very bad. What is the Razzie for music? Like, Razzies is for movies,
right.
but what's the Razzie for music? Because that's what this is.
This is the Razzie song of the year. Maria, the Ave Maria cover
If Carter,
with Andrea Bocelli and Wyclef
it was
Jean.
terrible.
I can't say that with a straight face.
If Carter 3 was Wayne's Mona Lisa, Carter 6 is like a soggy finger painting you get at the day camp here
Oh, wow.
at the YMCA.
I think Carter 4 might
we're
be the
putting
best
on
one.
our artist out here is fire, all right, bro.
They would do better than the Carter 6.
Agree.
Finger
Yeah, that's
painting
such a
left in the
solid
rain.
lineup. I mean, Carter 5 was kind of a drop off,
Yes,
but it had Mona Lisa and it had Let It All Work Out on there. So the album was always going to get play.
I mean,
But the Carter 4, I mean,
somebody on somebody radio somewhere is gonna find at least one song, especially because it's the beginning of the summer,
Sure.
and try to pick that anthem for the summer. But I'm
It's
letting you
gonna
know,
be-
Lil Wayne ain't got it on this
It's
album,
the-
and I ain't even hear the whole thing yet.
The summer banger is Rari.
Rory.
Yeah, that's the summer banger.
You know how
That's the one
Van,
that can play on the radio.
you know Van fell asleep to this last night because of how bad it was.
No, I had to cleanse my palate after listening to this 3 times.
Whoever was on
Jimi Hendrix or something afterwards. Or
The New York Indian rapper Heems, actually.
Eames.
whoever
Heems.
was on the MIDI keyboard putting beats together for this also fell asleep during. Like, this is the worst put together thing I've ever heard from an individual who's found success historically.
We'll see where you're at in about 2 days.
it's
He's gonna be rolling down the street.
He
windows
has
down,
a
bumping
very
it.
small handful of songs with some bars, just like some old school
Mhm.
Lil Wayne absolute heaters. But when he bombs so incredibly
Well,
hard.
and it's like Isaiah and whoever else like jumped in this thing and didn't get through it. Like, by the time you get through this very bloated track list, like, you are exhausted at the end. Like, none of it is worth the journey.
We'll see about that.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
I'm
gonna pick out like the 4 or 5 songs I like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be in a separate playlist. So when I listen to the Carter 6, it's actually 6 songs instead of like however many 19
It's
songs should have been 8 to 10
It is.
bangers.
It
It
is
is.
19 songs. I
Yes.
didn't even
It's an
scroll.
hour
Look.
and 7 minutes.
Yeah. And
You think the TikTok generation can listen to an hour and 7 minutes?
Because
No,
this album is wrong.
there's no way.
It's sad.
That's about as long as Kendrick's, by the way.
Well, Kendrick's is good. It's captivating and interesting.
This album is
also
permanently damaging to others.
This one is brain damaging, you mean?
Permanently.
You need to
Also-
laugh. You need to lighten up the mood. Put on Maria and have Lil Wayne and Wyclef rap to opera.
This is sonic terrorism.
It is. It is.
also a disclaimer: song of the summer is Nokia, of course.
Yeah. Baby girl, I want to see you
Mhm.
dance. That's the best part of the whole
Yeah.
song.
Was that on the album?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And then his next album that he drops probably, I don't know, sometime like August. Is going to
Drake should not make songs with little girl in the chorus. You need to
It's
quit
not little
enabling
girl,
this
it's
man.
Baby girl.
That's worse.
When we get back from the break, maybe the start that this thing could have had. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Brought to you by Route 66 Casino Hotel.
Put your game faces on and get ready to experience sports betting like never before. Caesars Sportsbook is taking over at Route 66 Casino Hotel with new game-dominating betting options, better rewards, and the best sportsbook in the U.S. Let the games begin. Place your bets today. Get your kicks.
Well, traffic right now, we are seeing slowdowns I-25 both directions near that construction zone. Southbound on Coors near Paseo, you can see a little bit of a slowdown there. Also dealing with some slowdown southbound Coors near Montano. Headed east on Alameda near Jefferson. We're seeing some congestion in that area.
This report is brought to you by Sandia Area Federal Credit Union. Better banking without the bank.
The holidays were great, but these credit card bills?
Don't stress. We'll get a personal loan from Sandia Area. One payment, one low rate.
Wow, that's one less headache. I'm in.
Apply online today at sandia.org. Sandia Area. Better banking without the bank. Equal opportunity lender rate subject to credit approval.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Dirty Boys present Phil and the Holes. Albuquerque's only golf show is on the Sports Animal.
Oh my goodness. Back down the slope. Come on,
Pro golfer Jay Choi, golf influencer Mac Machado, and Van Nunley talk golf culture, style, and analysis for those new to the game to scratch golfers. Dirty Boys presents Phil and the Holes Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 FM and AM 10, the Sports Animal.
Westwood One Sports presents this special tennis update sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. It'll be number 1 versus number 2 on Sunday afternoon in Paris, and for the first time ever, a Grand Slam final between two men born in the 2000s. World number 1 Yannick Sinner will have a chance at a third straight major title. He advanced to the men's French Open final Friday with a thrilling 3-set victory over 24-time Grand Slam champ Novak Djokovic in a match that lasted 3 hours, 16 minutes. After taking the first 2 sets, Sinner beat Djokovic in a third set tiebreak. That means Sinner will face Carlos Alcaraz, who won today's other semifinal. He defeated 8-seeded Italian Lorenzo Musetti, who was forced to retire in the 4th set with a leg injury. As for the women, a first-time French Open champ will be crowned tomorrow when world number 1 Arina Sabalenka battles second-seeded Coco Gauff. The head-to-head series between these two women tied at 5-all, with Sabalenka winning the most recent meeting at last month's Madrid Open. With this tennis update, I'm Erica Herskowitz, Westwood One Sports.
So with mine, with Hold My Ticket, they take $1.25 off.
David is a real Prevagen user, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years, and I'm from Flowery Branch, Georgia.
Yeah.
When I first started taking Prevagen, I noticed stuff just seemed to come together and fit like a jigsaw puzzle. When I have customers come in, I recommend Prevagen. Number 1, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription, and I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. I wouldn't recommend something like Prevagen if I didn't think it was worth it, because it works so good for me. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Testimonialist was compensated for their time.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Turner and Rose is the way to go.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Lerner and Rowe today and let's make them pay. 505-444-4444.
Turner and Rose is the way to go. Call 444-4444.
Carlos Urias Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque.
Progressive knows when you're in your RV, you're already on vacation. That's when you become Vacation You, who just camped where there's absolutely no shade. Even though regular you burns easily. In fact, Vacation You burns too, but is too stubborn to admit it, which is why regular you gets in trouble at the dermatologist, because Vacation You doesn't do doctors. So bundle your RV with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So we had a huge new business pitch.
Attention, all hands on deck.
When, boom, our only printer was fried.
Up in smoke, like your chances of landing that account.
Well, I just sent the file to Staples. Devin, the print associate, was on. She had it printed and bound same day.
So where's the drama?
There wasn't any. Staples made it super easy.
Inconceivable. For the product, services, and experts you need, Staples.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app.
Got something for us? Connect with us on SportsAnimalABQ.com.
Welcome back to Two Men On. Jock Tony still with us. Not sure why, but I'm excited about it. Jock, welcome back.
This is our show today. You're at the Y.
Okay. We are at the Y. Come down, see us here, and we will get you in. How were the last-minute signups for summer camp? They had to have been wild.
I had 2 criers.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, 2 criers.
There you go.
And I got cussed out also because
life.
Isaiah,
do you have the Isham Dental ready?
But we're the most welcoming place, so we help them all out anyway.
You're the best.
Not just yet.
Oh, okay. Well, then let me pivot then, because I need it to talk about Tyrese Halliburton, because this dude is unreal. So I found a super mashup of all of the game-winning shots he's tried to take in the final moments of games all season and regular season long. I didn't know until I'm watching this mashup that old boy was 12 of 14 on the year.
At game winner.
Like in the final moments. And again, only 14 points on the night.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a world beater.
Hey, big players showed up in big time.
Yeah.
So he's probably what, 48% from the field, I'm guessing. Probably
less.
High 30s from three.
Sounds accurate.
He's a facilitator. All right.
Yeah,
That's his job, number
yeah.
one. Why doesn't he just pretend every shot's a game-winning shot? Because he's 12 of 14 this year on game-winning shots.
6 of 13 from the field last night, 2 of 7 from the three. Defensively, 10 boards, 6 assists. So, I mean, plus
one
plus
of one
12.
on game winners.
It's kind of hard.
That
to
is.
always live with that anxiety and pressure all the time, though. That's
Yeah, but you don't have to do it all the time. You just have to do it for 3 more wins.
Mm-hmm.
like I think we could do that, right? Like I think that's very doable. And then Oklahoma City, outside of SGA, whenever the rest of you guys want to play, like there was, what were they up 9 again? They were up 9 with minutes left, and you go, "Oh, it's coming!" Like you can.
The thing
that happens all the time.
Pacers have done every round. Oh, that thing.
Yeah,
it's coming.
How about this?
Yeah,
put a body on Siakam.
Yeah,
like move him away from the rim.
Yeah, yesterday was quite a different game, but I'm still a little sour anyway about the Knicks. So,
well, I mean that's literally a Knicks thing to do, like to hold on to that energy and let it ruin what is arguably the best game one that could have happened last night.
Yeah, so
kudos to Hallie and the Pacers. Another amazing comeback.
Yeah.
But that's like, to me, that game's on Chet. Like it seemed like it was too big of a moment for him. Kept making dumb mistakes, turnovers, and as you know, a game-winning shot, you lose by one shot.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to single out one single solitary shot for the Oklahoma City Thunder, why they lost, how about a missed dunk from a guy who's 7 feet tall?
Yeah, hey, that was ridiculous.
I saw that and I was like, "Oh, they're losing. Yeah, they're gonna lose."
Traditionally, when we do this show, I'm very much hey, let me find a funny thing and I'll say funny things. That's the formula to the show. This is the sport that I for real know more about than anything else. Like this is the thing I played and coached and have called a million of. And I'm gonna tell you, last night, the win last night is because in the final 6 minutes or whatever it was, Nembhard takes over the point. That was it. Like Oklahoma City didn't know what to do when Indiana was like, "Hey, we're going to let this other dude run the ball."
Yeah.
And it was terrified. Like the weird stuff, like open it up to if the ball's going to the interior, open it up to the outside for some reason defensively. If it's going to the exterior, open it up to the inside. If you're traditionally on the ball defensively, now you're too many feet away from what's the kid that shoots every time he touches it? Turner.
No. He shot them back.
Yeah.
Like right when you realized it was happening, he was the one that really was like, yeah, it's definitely about to happen.
Nembhard on the point. And and you can't start the next game with him on they go back to what has kept you within the 10-point mix. And then all of a sudden Rocky started boxing left-handed. And you're going, this is crazy.
At the same time, remember, Halliburton, I put his 13.5 on as well. And I knew it was nerve-wracking because he's capable of going 8 points, 10 points. But then, I mean, you never know. He could come out and score 30 next game. So, I mean, for Halliburton, this is like on pace with kind of what he does, which is what I think is going to hurt him when it comes time for a contract. Like, he can either be one of the best players in the league or he can be an average.
Well, he's going to win Finals MVP.
Yeah, he's still one of the best.
Yeah, he'll be that dude. And then because he got the chip, he's set forever, ever.
So the rest of the NBA is four. The rest of the NBA is 4 for 21 in the last 10 seconds of the game.
Yeah,
to tie or go ahead. Halliburton's 5 for 5.
Sick. When we do have this cut up, because it's all just like the broadcast calls.
Yes,
it is
after the break.
It'll be after the break. It's about as good as it gets. Like they didn't have a lead until 0.3 left in the game.
From the tip.
They
were tied 0-0.
Yes.
Then Oklahoma City was ahead
the
whole time until the next to last shot. That is wild.
What I'm going to say is going to sound stupid, but this is classic 2025 Pacers playoff basketball. Like this is the only way they've done it.
It's time. If it hasn't been time already,
yeah,
it's time to quit acting surprised.
Yes.
Yeah. They've been hinting at this the whole time. We're like, what, 6-15 starting the year? Once they got off their schneid, they've been one of the best teams in basketball. This should not be a surprise.
Well, and then
also, the Oklahoma City Thunder should have been up like 25.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
But
we'll most likely blow them out next game.
I think they're going to win 4 straight. I
This
still think the Thunder are significantly better than the Pacers, but my goodness, what a basketball game last night.
Actual basketball fan base, actual sports fan base, actual professional athletics fan base. Too many times, including last night, did I hear or witness, because I was at a country concert, people walking away from the Pacers on TV. You no longer, you should already know. Like, you should already know. You just watch till the end. Because this is exactly why you watch sports.
Yeah, Richard Jefferson, he's like, I think with a few minutes left, he's like, yeah, if you're the Pacers, you can't have your star players shooting tour dates. And then he goes and hits the game winner.
Turned over the ball 19 times in the first half. Still won on the road.
Stole one.
Seemingly
They
impossible.
got away with one. They won't do it again. So
I mean, that's the way I feel, Jacques. But now they're playing with house money.
Yeah.
You won another one. You're supposed to
Another
lose
one.
on the road.
on the road. Yeah.
You have more momentum than any team in basketball history.
And as they're closing that gap you're talking about, that momentum, they go down. They're not waiting to the end of shot clocks. Like they're scoring super fast, or like Siakam is a vacuum cleaner underneath the basket or whatever.
Yeah.
And then here's the ball back. Thunder, feel free to do anything with it. Oh, we'll take it back.
Yeah.
Like you could shoot. You could try to score.
Yeah.
But now they go out there and they
You can
dance.
miss dunks.
Yeah, they cool.
missing
Shot
dunks.
clock down to 6.
Yeah.
5, 4. Oh, Nimharman in the passing lane. Here it goes the other way.
Other
Like,
way.
best mashup you ever heard. The Isham Diddle soundbite of the day. Whenever we get back, it's 2 Men On live from the Horn YMCA 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by
Welcome back to Two Men On. Got that audition in there, Isaiah. Got that echo. It's our Isham Diddle soundbite of the day. This is a good one, Van. IshamDiddleABQ.com. Reach out to Scott, 505-881-0422. Also, if you go to the website, get that exclusive offer, free exam and x-ray. You got the fingers that have been in all of our mouths in your mouth as he helps you. I did veneers. I know Isaiah just got a crown. Van, you need a complete facelift, but Scott will help you to the degree he can.
Well, he's only inside the mouth.
Yeah.
Not on top of the face.
Yeah, you need the
which
whole
is a disaster.
thing. It's a whole disaster.
Oh, man. I broke a mirror yesterday.
For the luck aspect?
No. Just looking into it.
It's our Isham Diddle soundbite of the day.
자, 언더독인 인디애나가 익숙한 상황을 맞이한다. 할리버튼!
So good.
Wow!
There's nothing better.
So if you don't speak Korean, that was the live broadcast of the season finale of The Last of Us.
The Isham Diddle soundbite of the day is not what I sent the group text just now. That was something else.
That was one that I sent.
Yeah.
To put on top of the one you sent.
Yeah.
There's also a mega thread in there, Zay.
So we got more.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yeah. Scroll back to 8:17 this morning with the clip where I said Isham. We eventually will have the Isham Diddle soundbite of the day. We can do it after the break. It's Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. It's our Isham Diddle soundbite of the day.
They trail by 3. Will
This
Philadelphia
is
foul?
every single
That's the
under
question.
2-minute shot.
Halliburton double pumps.
We're going to be here a while.
Hit it.
Under a minute. Halliburton fakes the 3, sidesteps. Well, he took a little hop and knocked it down. White on Halliburton. The crossover. The launch for the win. And we'll go to overtime.
Just simply lost it. Thought he was fouled. Halliburton's got it. Minute left. In a 106-105 game.
Some of these are ugly as all heck.
Terrific. Halliburton.
Sometimes you just got to get up.
It's good.
And it gets do you hear the broadcasters? It's to the point where it's like, yeah, of course it's good.
Mm-hmm.
They're all good.
Doncic trying to stay with Halliburton here. They clear it out.
12-14. So crazy.
Pacers have done everything they needed on this end, but can they score on this end? Halliburton got it. It's
Giannis on that block, no less. Slight difference. Game clock, shot clock. Halliburton.
Just
Here we go. Halliburton.
it's like, what part of the cart do you cover? There were times when he's like we saw against the Knicks, he's attacking the basket, he runs back out to the 3. What?
I mean, last night he had 2 dudes on him. Split them, came back, got a shot off.
He's terrifying.
Overrated. Overrated. No more, my friend. Overrated, no more.
They'll take it. They'll backpedal a free for the win. And
That's the big bounce one there against the Knicks.
Tell by the soothing sound of Kevin Harlan.
setting a screen, trying, flying inside to the hole. Nice ball rotation. Halliburton fakes. This is a free. Oh, and slammed in by Toppin.
That's the one he missed, but the rebound was right there.
Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving, pulls up, jump shot. Oh, it's good with 0.3 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC.
I mean, dude's unreal. It's unreal, right?
2 big takeaways from that montage.
Yeah.
Number 1, Tyrese be that dude.
Yeah.
Number 2, Kevin Harlan should be calling the NBA Finals, man. I mean, come on. Come on.
ESPN's broadcast was very regular season.
Yeah. Regular is fine. When you have excellent sitting right there.
Yeah.
I know contracts. I understand. But get the best guy to do it. Be like friggin' signing Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he can be on both teams at the same time. Kevin Harlan can play for both teams. He can call both leagues.
To me, and you can agree or disagree, I'm not going to tell you to do either. To me, it's hard with that network, ESPN, to do both the broadcast and the analysis. And I do get that Inside the NBA is on TNT, but that everyone knows that's just for the lulz.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not a real breakdown-y dealy.
Yeah.
But like when Tyrese Halliburton is sitting down after the game that he just had with a talking head, whichever one it is, and he's only watched for the previous 5 days leading up to this thing.
Yeah.
How he's not good enough and that team's not good enough. And then you're going to try to make your product look as shined as it can be to a consumer base. You can't do it. Cannot do it like that. The broadcast and the analysis, it has to be not just 2 different teams. It has to be 2 different entities. Because you're not getting what is best for the association if he's going out there and listening to Scott Van Pelt say, sorry, brother. Well, I called it wrong. Like, no. Scott Van Pelt don't need to be there. Needs to be whoever they got at TNT.
whoever the neutral, objective, third-party broadcaster is.
Yeah, where's Rachel Nichols? I think she's on Fox now. I have no idea. But, like, send one of those people. Like, you're making your thing look bad, ESPN.
And also, I mean, that's what they do, right? It's about the drama. I mean, it's not about the game. It's not about the sport. It's about hot take culture.
It is.
Trying to get clicks and shares and likes. And
I think adults get that. I don't think all NBA players are adults. I think there's a lot of kid mentality stuff. But the one that got me all year, which we never really talked about because I didn't like putting the shine on things that I don't care about, was the Paul George podcast stuff. Where like his team's awful. Like they're regularly losing 5 games like in a row. I think when he canceled the podcast, they lost 8 or 9 in a row. Like that's wild to me. Like you want to have your hobbies, your hustles that make money. You know who knows about that? Me.
Yeah, sure.
All my hobbies make money.
Yeah.
But make sure that your job, your radio job, your Boys and Girls Club job, like you're getting those things done. Like pro wrestling's great. But quit pro wrestling if you can't do your day job.
Right.
Like, quit your podcast if you can't hoop.
Well, he's perpetually hurt, and he's not the same Paul George anymore. And I know it's got to be hard for him to sit around and watch this NBA Finals where both teams were built on the back of Paul George.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing. That's another stat where it was like, this is the 75.
One guy that got traded for Paul George hit a miraculous game-winning shot. The other guy that got traded
is
for
the
Paul
best player
George
in the world.
got the MVP this year and put up 38 in game 1 of the finals. Oh, talk about that on your podcast.
I saw another stat where it was like,
oh, hey, that's the new put it in your pipe and smoke it right there.
Is that the name of his podcast?
Talk about that on your podcast. Huh?
That is a good one.
Sport. Junior.
Whenever Donald Trump tells Elon to tweet him in real life, that's when it's going to be all equal.
Yeah. Hey, Elon, put that on your podcast.
Yeah. Tweet me in real life, bro. 10 more NBA talk when we get back, we promise. Ice Toast play tonight, so we're on until 6:15. Sean will join us at 6. Also, possible update on a tea time with Van Nye and Rob Portnoy. We'll give that to you when we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. We're definitely talking about the game last night. If you're one of those friends of the show that for any reason hates the association, if you're one of the friends of the show that it's probably racism. I don't know why otherwise people don't like the NBA. Like if you claim you like sports, but you don't like the NBA, I don't understand the logic. Now, if you're like me and you're like, yeah, sports are fine.
Yeah.
I get it. Like you can miss the NBA. But I don't get. Also, if you're the guy who's like, I only like the NFL, I'm on your team there too. Like you actually like Capital One commercials. That's what you really like. They know how to get you, idiot. But the NBA, which you should have watched last night.
It's the finals.
It's the finals.
It's the NBA finals.
We're not talking about hockey, which I believe is also finally over.
At the very least, sports fan, at the very least, the least amount of effort it takes is you listen to Lil Wayne, Carter 6 all night.
Do that.
Then you wait for the fourth quarter to start. Then you start watching it. At the very least.
And with how long
you owe that to your sports fandom.
If you play your cards right, because the Lil Wayne's Carter 6 is 1 hour and 6 minutes long. If you start it at exactly the start of the fourth quarter with commercial times, TV timeouts, situational timeouts, and the way that these games come down to the wire, I think they'll both end at the exact same time. It's like the dark side of the moon.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think it's a thing that
I could do it. I could do it.
Halliburton is 6 for 7 when taking a shot to tie or take the lead in the final 90 seconds of the fourth or overtime in the playoffs. You're missing it, sports fans.
That is one of the gnarliest stats in the history of NBA playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single human being is that clutch.
No.
Not Ray Allen, not Robert Horry.
None of them.
Not the GOAT, Michael Jordan.
All right, that's arguable.
There's a goat in a boat, and you know this.
Also because sports fan who claims that they're not association fan, or maybe they actually aren't, they wait for us to tell them what to think the next day.
Yeah.
It's too late. We come on at 4:00. So what are you going to do? You're going to go to a national one and get an opinion there? No. Like you're a smart sports fan. Just watch the thing yourself. Get your own deal. Call us 505-246-0610 and tell me how overrated you think fill in the blank is.
Yeah.
I'm in on this talk.
Also, genius PR move by Tyrese Halliburton and his father to make the world think that he's not as good as he is and that he's overrated, and just goes on this incredible run this year. He is just going to be cashing checks
forever.
Not that you were joking, but all jokes aside, he did. I mean, he released a shoe yesterday. We talked about it. He wore those shoes in the game.
Sweet.
Hit the game with it. Now,
Yes.
within 30 minutes real time of the game being over, he goes on Twitter and tweets out, "It must be the shoe."
That's so sweet.
Smart.
So like when the peak attention is on him, he's like, I'm gonna go tweet about the shoes.
Also, I'm agreeing with you, and I don't know what the post-playing Twitter moratorium time is that the NBA has, but that definitely exists. So whatever that maximum amount of time is, I bet you that is the second it went out. Like Isaiah said, not 30 minutes. So if their policy is 20 minutes post-game, I bet it was 21 minutes and 1 second.
Hard agree.
And also, I don't believe these guys actually do it. I think they got a team that does it, but it's super smart.
No, Tyrese, he's like my age. He runs his Twitter.
No, he was on an interview with Scott Van Pelt. He's not running his Twitter. He's got a team. He was on TV.
Multiple TVs.
Yeah.
He was not on TV when he tweeted that out.
Is that like just, are you guessing?
Yeah.
Is that
I'm
just opinion?
watching it.
Is there video of someone else's Twitter with them tweeting?
No.
How could you be confident enough to say that?
They all have agents.
Because you guys don't even have Twitter.
Why not?
So I know he runs his Twitter.
Of the three of us, I'm the only one that has a marketing agency that works for me. Like, that's exactly how that works.
That's awesome. You have the agency, but you also don't use Twitter. You use Blue Sky. Rules are different.
I don't use any of it. I got the agency. That's what I'm saying. They got you. But the NBA definitely has a deal.
Yeah.
100%.
You don't want people all amped up and adrenaline flowing, immediately grabbing their phone and putting out something on the internet that's going to be there forever.
So you guys must have forgot that the biggest, who needs a PR team more than Trayvon Diggs off the Dallas Cowboys when he had just broke the record? You guys forget that he literally came into the locker room within 10 minutes, came back out and confronted a reporter.
Do I remember
something
that
he had
happened
tweeted
2 years ago?
Well, I'm
in a locker room. No.
Well, I'm telling you now.
That was not on my
Trayvon Diggs
mind.
within 10 minutes was upset with a reporter for something he saw online. So he came back out when the reporters were still there, not even 20 minutes after.
Well, sure, but you're talking about mutually exclusive stuff. That's not what we're doing. We're talking about both can be true. He can have access to his tweets and have a team.
Yeah.
Also, I just looked it up. It's 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
45 minutes. So they cannot. Here's what the Google I don't know what this is. Google AI says the NBA prohibits players and coaches from using social media during games from 45 minutes before tip-off until after their post-game media obligations are fulfilled. So there you go.
So that doesn't discount my point at all.
What
We've got Howard.
What's the point?
The point is that he's the one who made the tweet.
Oh, we don't know that. Could have been his PR
Yes,
team.
we do. Okay. Well, do you know it wasn't him?
No, I said it could have been his PR team.
All right. As long as we both know it could be 50-50.
Well,
we got Robert and Howard on the line.
They can stay waiting then. I'm still talking about this thing.
Okay, that's cool.
Did they have their PR team call?
Maybe.
If Robert has a PR team, I will be very impressed. Also, the one that I use at the Boys and Girls Club, Sunny 505. This is like a full free plug for them. They're great.
Our PR team, this is a direct quote. Our PR team does a great job putting me out there when it's time to talk. I got to come out here and talk when it's my time.
You think his time would maybe be a playoff game winner?
Who's that? Who said that?
That's
Sounds
a
like
direct quote from Tyrese Halliburton, referring to his PR team that tweets for him.
None of it real, Isaiah. It's all work.
He didn't say his tweets for him. He said when it's his time to talk. So I think his time, when he feels it's his time to speak, is probably after hitting a game winner.
This is why you thought the Undertaker was actually dead. They get you with the work.
Well, I was 7 when that happened.
20 years goes by so fast. Friend of the show, Howard, joins us. Howard, welcome.
You know, I feel it brewing, man. The constant harassment of my fellow Cowboy fan, Isaiah. I feel it brewing. DCW tag team match.
Oh, okay.
Van and Fred against Zay and Howard.
Deal.
Okay, but Zay, rest assured, every time Fred's in, I'm tagging out, all right? Just so you know.
Gotcha.
It's just a flex
I'm only
off.
6 foot tall. If I want to give him an elbow smash, I'd need a ladder.
Well, you can hop off the turnbuckle. You got to wait till he's down on the ground. You
I'm
hop off the
64,
turnbuckle.
I ain't hopping nowhere, Zay. Come on, man.
Now, Howard, I got to tell you something real quick, brother. Are you sure you want to tag out when Fred's in there? Or do you want to tag out when I'm in there? Because I'll tell you what, when I'm in the ring, extra lube. I am the most oiled up guy in the history of the world. So you make that choice.
All right. When you said extra lube, I got scared, but now I understand. So, anyhow, you know, the fact of the matter is, Isaiah, if we do this, you're basically in a handicap match. I'm 64. I'm still in pretty good condition, though. 6 foot, 200 pounds. I'm not chiseled, but I'm like a well-formed Jell-O.
What I'll do is when the ref's not looking, I'll slide you a chair or something so you can get a cheap shot.
There you go. There you go. So come on. You can make it happen there, Fred. You're the boss, man.
Well,
make it happen.
Similar to the outcome of these NBA drafts, this will also be scripted in my Duke City Championship Wrestling ring.
Right.
So it'll be a 3. Obviously, you do the initial, the turnaround, and the go home match. The Cowboys will win one of those. Remains to be seen. So, good call, Howard.
Well, you know, I've seen Zay. You know, I mean,
big boy.
Guy's pretty tough. You know,
I'm losing
That's why I'm aligning myself with him. And no offense, Van, but you know, you kind of
scrawny,
look a little older there.
Yeah,
Little
no
paunchy.
offense to a skinny guy in his mid-40s. No, none taken. No, I'm
Hey,
cool.
you know what? I'm a contractor. I still do construction. I'm still pretty well built for a 64-year-old man. So I get Van, you get Fred. Okay, Zay?
All right, deal.
I need
Okay.
Howard to
And
build
you know
a
what?
Thunderdome.
This is scary, isn't it, guys? Really, in all seriousness, the outcome of last night's game changes the complexion of the series completely because
awesome.
Indianapolis showed some cojones, didn't they?
I mean, let's take a shot real quick and think about what the Indiana Pacers will be capable of if they played 4 quarters instead of just the last one.
See, but how do you guys feel about taking those 2 bigs out with 4 minutes left? I mean, that's when the run commenced, correct?
Yeah, well, it terrified them because they didn't know how to match up at that. Because very cliche, right? Some new offensive whatever's come in. You want to go from the man to the zone or the zone to the man or whatever, right? And make those transitions. They were all just too far away from the basket to do anything. It was Siakam on the baseline every time. It was what's the other cat's name? The other forward. So anyways, it says these dudes are attacking the basket from these long-range shots, which end up with long-range rebounds. They were there every time. Like, could not handle it, Oklahoma City. Could not.
You know, stealing one in OKC was big. Really was. So changes the complexion of the series somewhat. And I think we're in for a good one. But I still believe it's going to be OKC in 6, guys.
Ooh. Good call, Howard.
All right. You guys have a great day.
I like him. Watch the game.
I did predict a gentleman's sweep, but I thought they would have stole one in Indiana, not the first one in Oklahoma City.
What if they just do this again, though? Would you sway or would you just feel like, all right, maybe they're going to, or would you still trust the Thunder to come back and win that series?
If Indiana's up 2-0 headed back home, no, then I would admit that I was very wrong. Next game is going to be Oklahoma City by 35 points.
Do you guys remember the Knicks series? This is exactly how it happened.
Well, that's the East.
He's hit a game winner with 1.1 or less in every series.
Going through the playoffs in the East is like playing in a football division with the Dolphins, the Browns. The road is a little harder in the West.
Are the phone lines still going off?
Yeah, we got Robert.
Friend of the show, Robert. Just Robert, welcome.
Welcome. Gentlemen, how you guys doing?
Good, brother. You excited for the big bare knuckle tonight?
I'm not really into that so much. I'm more NBA. That's all my life is about, really.
Let's go.
But I wanted to chat a little NBA. So Indiana is one of those teams. I'm a big Celtics guy. They just give fits right to my Celtics. All these teams. The way they handled Cleveland was my eye-opener. I was shocked. I think the world was gentleman sweep or just a sweep. Cleveland should have destroyed them, and they got beat. So, when Oklahoma, this series started, I was like, don't sleep on them. Don't sleep on them. Cleveland was a solid team. I'm crazy my Celtics. I thought my Celtics should have been able to beat New York without Jason Tatum, but they couldn't. Porzingis was ill. Just anyway, there are no excuses. But Indiana, last night's game was what they do. And it's shocking, that these guys are just, no one believes in them at all. And I told people before this series even started, Indiana's going to give them fits if they don't beat them. Look at last night.
Well, Robert, they
Halliburton is showing that he is clutch. He has been clutch, and it's shocking. You don't think he's that good, but he is showing in big moments. This kid is clutch, and I'm shocked this year on him. Really.
I'm a box score guy, and when you have a team that regularly puts up 35 or more in the fourth quarter all the time, that's a team that doesn't even know what tired feels like.
Right.
Like, that's a team that just wins big games. What did they have last night? 35. Like, it's untouchable.
I didn't even have them getting out of the first round against Giannis. And knew how good they've been in the second half of the season.
That's my point.
Yeah.
This team is set up, just to like you guys said, if they played 4 quarters, they would be winning by 40. But they don't. They just keep it close. They keep it close. Just like a boxer, keeping it close. Then all of a sudden, knocked out.
But I don't know who we call
But anyway.
Mr. Clutch right now. But moving forward, we will call Mr. Clutch Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know who had the moniker before because I can't.
Brunson.
Yeah, Ish.
No.
I even mean historically. Like he is the best one I've ever seen.
I thought Mr. Clutch was Tony Stewart.
That's a good
He's hitting big shots, you guys. He's hitting, and I'm a Tatum fan.
Same.
But Tatum's still not clutch. He hits shots. Jaylen Brown hits big shots, but they're just not clutch. If that makes sense.
Oh, it does. It's a good call,
But anyway,
Robert.
gentlemen, thank you guys so much. Go Celtics every year.
I love that. I want everyone to have a really good weekend.
That's a great point. Makes me want to let that breathe before I go on with what I was going to say.
Bring it back.
Explain Tyrese Halliburton in NFL terms. You can't tell I like these types of things.
Let's do it after the break. I'll try to figure that one out. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Hey, Sports Animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. We are live at the Hornwall YMCA. They literally rearranged the workout equipment for you here. It's crazy cool.
Quite kind.
And Isaiah, you had a question before the break. Hit us with it again.
Yeah, so it was explain Tyrese Halliburton in NFL terms. Like, give me a comparison. But also my algorithm. I just saw this video. This was JJ Redick's immediate reaction when the Kings traded Tyrese Halliburton. And this was like kind of what he said and what he called from the very beginning.
Now, was he coaching or podcasting at that time?
So this is when he was still an analyst.
Yeah, he's still on the ESPNs.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to talk about it if he was coaching.
I saw this multiple times throughout the playoffs, so I'm very familiar with this.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
This is some form of malpractice on the Kings' part. This is
so
some
proud
form
of you,
of
JJ.
malpractice.
I'm so proud of you.
Listen, Tyrese Halliburton has been the best player on that team. As Woj said, and unlike Richard, who says Josh Hart is his guy, I think they may know each other. Tyrese really is my guy. This is a close friend of mine. I can co-sign what Woj said. He was determined to turn things around and be part of that rebuild in Sacramento. I know he's shocked right now, but they traded away their best player. They also traded away one of the most prolific three-point shooters in recent NBA history in Buddy Hield. They've got one guy on that roster right now shooting over 33% from the three-point line in Harrison Barnes. De'Aaron Fox can't shoot. Sabonis can't shoot. So you're building a team around two non-shooters with a bunch of non-shooters. Make it make sense, Zach.
A lot of Sacramento takes there at the end. So that was a sound clip of JJ Redick, presumably from his analyst times or podcast, I don't know which, where he was right about all of this.
Correct.
Got it.
Let's see if he's right about Luka Doncic as well.
The question you had poised before the break was make an NFL comparison to help you understand where Tyrese Halliburton is.
Let's go any year.
Any year.
Doesn't have to be that.
The obvious one, Van, I think, is Adam Vinatieri.
Clutch.
The obvious one is if he gets close enough with the opportunity to win it, he wins it every time. So Adam Vinatieri, I think, is a really good example.
Gotcha. I gotcha. That's a good one.
It's a good, better explanation.
But I have the best one.
Okay.
I hope you don't steal.
Who do you think is the most overrated quarterback of all time in the NFL?
The most overrated quarterback.
Joe Flacco. Great answer.
Okay.
So you remember that one playoff run?
Yeah.
Where Joe Flacco had perfect quarterback ratings every single game.
Yes.
And led his team to a Super Bowl.
I think of it often.
And he didn't do anything before or after that playoff run. And he got paid. And people thought he was a real legit NFL quarterback. But the insiders, the analysts, they all knew the whole time and still kept calling him overrated.
Yeah.
But he had that one playoff run.
Yes.
And he looked like a superstar.
Correct.
That's Tyrese Halliburton in NFL terms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good, not great. Isaiah?
I think I got a better version of that one.
All right.
Okay, hit me.
Eli Manning.
That's a good one. He's been called overrated.
I'm going Eli. I'm going Eli. And I think when you also look at degree of difficulty with what we just said with these crazy shots he's been hitting, and with the Pacers pretty much being not just for sure favored in any of these series, I think you got to go Eli. Beat Brady twice, and then he also had some pretty elite playoff runs.
The only thing that kind of makes it not perfect is the team in the market. Because the Giants in New York, when the Giants in New York are big, are about as big as it gets.
Sure.
And when the Pacers...
Also, his defense was incredible.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
That one guy had a sticky helmet.
Correct. That helped too.
Hey, he did the show with us.
David Tyree?
Yeah, he joined us on the program.
Miles Turner.
Mike Jones.
Shot threes.
Mike Jones.
Back then they didn't want him. Now I'm hot. They're all on him.
When Mike Jones tackled Kevin Dyson on the 1 yard line, that's the most clutch thing I ever saw in my whole life. He just had 1 yard to go. He just wrapped him up.
Is he number 44?
Who? Mike Jones?
Yep.
Hey, who?
Dipping on fofos.
Who? Yeah, Eli Manning's very good. What's the name of the Franco Harris? Does that count? He caught that one ball bouncing off a dude. That was pretty clutch.
Yeah, but he didn't do it 7 times in a row. He just caught the one ball.
Okay. Pretty
Who
clutch.
else is just real clutch and elevated in the NFL? I don't know why it's so hard for me to rattle off people.
I mean, I could rattle off more. Like Aaron Rodgers for a long time was that
yeah,
thing?
I think it's got to be a quarterback because if you're and maybe a defensive player, if he just always came up at the perfect time.
Yeah,
I think
Malcolm.
it's got to be a quarterback.
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, he's got the one.
I mean, it counts.
I feel like it'd have to be a pass rusher, someone who could affect the game, like whenever they decided, okay, I'm about to do something.
Santonio Holmes could have been Santonio Holmes. He didn't do anything ever, and then he had big playoff catches. There's dudes like that. Jock Tony joins us for one final time. When we get back, it's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Boo, Sports Animal. Why? You want to take advantage of it, you can with us. Come down to the Y, tell them we sent you. What's the deal right now at the Y? Oh, we got to turn you up, Van. Piped you down.
$0 joining fee this month. So pay nothing up front, man. We're always giving something away, right? Save $50 now. Come get signed at the Y. $0 joining fee. And we got a lot of great things going on. Still a couple of openings in our sports camps for the summer. Athletic performance camp. Still got room in there. Got these kids sweating. They're going to be cooking up some chicken on Friday. It's going to be a good day.
It's still $1 a day.
Yeah. I mean, it's $29. So
less than $1.
Slightly less. Not in February.
Yeah, in February. Hey, that sucks, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's way more than $1.
Why that
a day.
month, man? Unfair.
Figure it out.
So call it $1 a day, all right? Because
Like
February.
Like that a lot. We got a big social event coming up that Van and I are a big part of. I guess it's more me this time. Hey, also, I didn't tell you this. I got you a big grant for the community garden here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, heads up.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's gonna be some play. It's gonna be some funny money up the community garden here at the Y.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that.
I like when Van has to do chores.
I was thinking all the board members.
Yeah, Van.
All the board members.
We hold one board seat, so it would be Van's turn.
All the board members.
I really don't know how our name is.
Like all of them. That includes you.
You know I love getting my hands dirty, literally and metaphorically.
I got a nice chair with the umbrella already. I'm ready to watch you.
What are we putting out there? Alfalfa? Like, what's the plan?
Everything. Not alfalfa. Don't plant it if we can't eat it. It's gotta be tomatoes. It's gotta be cucumbers.
Do the YMCA have horses now? Are we feeding horses?
It's a cash crop. I was just trying to make off some cash.
Are you just naming members of the Little Rascals again? Is that what you're doing?
Alfalfa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta. If they don't feed us, we
buckwheat.
Can't do it. No, we don't want that. That's too. Like we could eat that, but it's not the greatest.
We're going to do a fun golf social over at Parson Rec, which is going to be a lot of fun. So we're excited to do that with the YMCA. We're going to go over there, and they have all these like little games set up to where it's kind of like a Top Golf. It's got like simulator things or whatever.
Yeah.
But so instead of like going out and playing like a traditional course or whatever, it's going to be like closest to the hole, like pop a hot air balloon, kill zombies or whatever.
Kill zombies. I'm about that without a golf club though.
I think it's with. I think you.
Golf ball. More with the golf club.
I think you hit golf balls at them.
Correct.
That's not fun.
Some back foot stingers.
What is that sentence?
The golfers know what I'm talking about. You don't get the pitching wedge out and loft them to them. You got to get like a hybrid, maybe a 3-iron, 4-iron, maybe put it your back foot.
A little 58-degree.
Low trajectory.
And just send it right through them.
More like a 32-degree, but whatever.
Dang.
Yeah. You zap heaters at them, baby.
I'm more excited for the social aspect.
Line drives.
Since I'm not a golfer. So
P missiles.
why is he still going?
He's got them all. Golfing with Van is like playing men's league softball with your most loser buddies. Like Van hits you with a different cliche term every single hole.
No way.
So
I could drink way more than a softball player.
So what's golfing with you then? Since you don't.
Me?
Yeah.
I show up at the start. I show up at tee time. 100%. Also, you could possibly be on hole 2, and you have to drive back and get me from the clubhouse in the cart so that I will catch up because I will not walk. Yeah, I'm actually really difficult. I do bring the pill though, so like I got vibes covered.
Vibes is covered.
Yeah, so we get out. That is my deal. Also, my golf bag has a cooler in it. It's a cooler that doubles as a golf bag.
Well, you don't have a golf bag.
Not anymore. That's a good point.
Yeah, you're just a fling golfer now.
Now that I only fling.
So your golf bag with an ice chest.
Are we flinging at Parks and Rec?
Just an ice chest.
It's a social.
Are you flinging at Parks and Rec though?
I mean, I'm just drinking.
I don't know if they have a reader for that. I don't know if their technology does fling golf.
You don't think I could fling it there?
I think the ball has to be stationary, then you hit it.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
I think we should try it at least once.
Yeah, we'll try it at least once.
For sure.
We got to see what that technology is all about. So that'd be fun though.
I think
I'm
if
really
you
looking forward to it.
Hold it on the bottom of the ground and then fling it, little underhandy boy. I think you could do that.
Like if you're really good at like lassoing a horse or something.
Something like that.
Sidearm.
But
August the 16th.
I do have to ask you guys a question. Who wants to be on my kickball team?
This is an interesting question.
505-246-0610.
So I played on Greg's last year, Greg Hulls, and it was good, not great. It was good, not great.
Like you were good and not great?
Well, I'm pretty good, but here's my problem. I don't care about anything competitively at all until all of a sudden I'm playing kickball. And then I'm upset when people like aren't hitting the cutoff. And like I'm upset when we're not taking the extra base when it's going to the opposite field. And I'm upset about all these things that should not matter. And I didn't like that in me.
I love that energy. Keep that energy and join my team. Yes.
The problem is we host this show every night. This is why we're not on a curling team. This is why we're not on an axe throwing league. This is why we don't play billiards on Thursdays with the boys.
Yeah.
This radio show, like for our social calendar, is a huge inhibitor.
Yes.
But we enjoy each other's voices so much.
I think you've got a lot of friends because of this show.
I disagree. I've lost so many.
Yeah, I tell a lot of people
Those
they're
are
my
the real
friend
ones.
because of this show.
Oh, man.
There's only one anniversary.
There's no Jacques-versary.
No.
We need to make that happen now.
We're not going to have a Jocking day.
No, I need that kind of energy on my team. And since you're the baseball guy, you have to be on the team.
What?
What is that sentence?
And kickball is on Saturday.
No. I've played semi-professional baseball. Like the level of competition that I'm used to.
It's all right.
The feeling, the adrenaline rush from striking somebody out is not going to be matched by me getting hammered on a Wednesday night at the park and playing kickball.
It's going to be on a
I
Saturday.
don't got it in me, baby.
Saturday afternoon.
Oh, I'll be golfing.
No, I'm not on. Who is going to make time on Saturday afternoons?
You.
Well, you're not going to watch Alabama, Georgia?
I'm kicking butt on kickball. That's why.
505-246-0610. Who wants to join Jock's kickball team?
And then we also have pickleball rocking this summer also.
That is a cool one.
Zay, can you play cricket noises real quick?
For adults.
There's not many calls for your kickball team.
Whatever. Come play some kickball, though.
It's here at the Y?
Yeah.
All right,
For
back in.
adults.
Is it in the gym?
The kickball?
Yeah.
No. We take that outside. Because how can I kick a home run in the gym? Like you're just gonna catch it off the wall.
You put markings on the wall. This is classic gymnasium wiffle ball rules.
Come on, son.
Everyone knows if you hit it above the padded mat behind the basketball net, that's a home run. Everyone knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hit it scoreboard high as if there was a line that went around the entirety of the earth, that's also a home run.
No. We're going to be doing pickleball in the gym, and that's going to be a great time.
I would strike you out so bad. If there's a wiffle ball team, and wiffle ball, Van and I.
We're not talking about wiffle ball. We're talking about kickball and pickleball. Where'd you get wiffle ball from?
That's the better one.
It's another pseudo sport.
Pseudo sport. Well,
it's another nonsensical word with the word ball behind it.
Got it.
Yeah.
With pickleball, we're going to do it this year. Big time. Have a little tournament and everything.
Maybe.
I'll help with the tournament.
Oh, you got that wingspan. Like you can cover the whole court by yourself.
And kickball?
And pickleball. Like you got to do all the things, bro.
I'm surgical with a kickball. I can place it anywhere.
I'm sure you are. And then with that competitive nature that you never even knew that you had in yourself, it's a winning team already.
I didn't like it.
Learn to love it. Embrace it.
All right, new idea.
So
you know when I play like pickup basketball, how I do commentary of the game that I'm playing in as I'm doing it? We do that, like jock jams.
For kickball?
Yes.
I bet that would be so funny.
Jock Tony jams.
That would be so funny. We should like mic up kickball also.
I can't come up with anything better than Jocking Day.
That's it?
It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored.
Welcome back to the program. We kind of cover these stories all the time. So the White Sox,
yeah.
So the games are no longer going to be provided over free over-the-air TV starting Monday. So after this weekend, Chicago.
John Rave is starting for him today, so I'm glad that'll be on TV.
All right.
Okay, I like that.
Must see TV. Oh, Johnny Rave.
The Chicago Sports Network moved to Comcast's higher tier package. Now, Jerry Reinsdorf's Chicago Sports Network is what started after NBC Sports Chicago died.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it was free via the antenna and DirecTV or whatever, right? Now, because they couldn't figure out how to deal with Comcast, they want to include it in like the basic package, but they won't. Therefore, it's now a premium one. Long story short is accessibility is as hard as it's ever been for some reason. And you and I, we joke about this. We're in like a co-op of all the things.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have all the things to watch what I feel is a very limited amount of things. And now for the White Sox, who only have a fan anyway, that fan better have the premium whatever package, or maybe they think that their fans are so zealot that they're going to follow them to this higher tier.
Yeah. It's having a reverse effect on me.
Mm-hmm.
It's not making me want to get the package, not to want to get the extra thing, not to reach out and splurge for a pay-per-view every once in a while. It's making me want to watch less. The more barriers you put in between me and watching my team, watching my favorite sport, all you're doing is you're driving me to one of local watering holes that I know will have my game on, or somewhere where I know I could go, hey, will you put on the Astros?
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching Lance McCullers' Resurgence right now, and I want to see it in HD. Could you please change the channel? They'll do that wherever.
The one that gets
I don't need to pay, what is it, like $600 a month to see every NFL game?
It's something crazy.
Yeah, I don't. That's not necessary to me. No, thank you. I'm good.
Also, if you use the word premium, like your product better be premium too. Because the White Sox product is not good enough to charge a premium price. It's not the Diamondbacks who came back from a less than 1% chance of winning the game statistically or whatever last night. It's not any of that stuff.
$1,600 for an NFL season to watch every single game this year.
That's a lot.
For every streaming service, YouTube TV, Sunday ticket, et cetera, et cetera. I'm going to tell you what. The people who actually support the NFL, most fervent fans, the fervent viewers, are not going to flex and spend $1,600. I hate to tell you, Roger Goodell. I'm talking.
Yeah, you're talking about
Roger.
Goodell.
For Roger. Yep. That's who I'm talking. I'm talking to Roger.
Raji boy, you always say.
Yeah, the great Roger. They're not going to buy this.
No.
And a lot of times they can't afford it. I would not pay that much to watch every game. If it's a significantly lower amount, if there's more ease of access, I would consider it. But I'm not going to.
No.
I'll just go to Howie's. I'll just go to Rio Bravo Brewing. I'll go to the bar at Sadie's on 4th. Like, we got plenty of friends to the show. And then there's, guess what? Hundreds of other places you can go to watch. You know, you joked about our streaming co-op. Do the same thing with the homies. You got a group of Raiders fans. Everyone pitch in. Get the package. And go to old Ricky's man cave.
There's a even deeper kind of thought process to this, which is the Cubs are wildly popular. The Cubs sell out. The Cubs draw on TV. The Cubs have an entertaining thing. They have really good young players. But Kyle Teal kid today, who got called up by the White Sox, he did like a super sweet social media post on calling his mom and telling him he's going up to the majors. And it's like this wonderful, heartfelt thing. Because there aren't enough White Sox fans, the little moment gets lost. Which sucks. Which super sucks. I mean, this is just Jerry being Jerry, though, which is crazy.
I mean, we've been saying it on this program for years. You got to get your product out for a reasonable and or free amount to the next generation of baseball fan.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't have access on their phone or their laptop, they're not going to watch it. No one is going to plug a television into the wall and set up rabbit ears. No. If you can't immediately stream it to the TV from your smartphone or your laptop, they're not going to watch it.
My TV
if it's not on a product they don't have familiarity with, they're not going to watch it. Make it cheap or free and cultivate a new generation of baseball fan.
The thing you're saying is so funny to me because I have rabbit ears on my TV, and like days of jumping from the over-the-air broadcast of the football game to whatever, if the other football game's on ESPN or whatever,
right?
I have to go from that input to the Apple stick, to the app, open that, find the deal. There's no previous channel button. There's no doing those things. And now this, I'm guessing they're calling this an over-the-air experiment.
Right.
That just used to be the standard. Need a FCC rule or something.
Set a record for losses in the history of Major League Baseball last year. I don't think the very next year is the time to make a hard bargain with your fan base.
You are correct.
Rocky's your move.
Josh Seuss going just after the break. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports.
610, the sports app.
I don't know, Van. What do you think? It's 74 degrees here at the Y?
Indoors?
Indoors.
I think it's a nice 72.
72 in here? Well, it's definitely 100 degrees down at the ballpark in El Paso. Welcome to the program, Josh Sushan.
Yeah, 100 on the nose right now.
It's unacceptable, dude.
Yeah, no thanks.
They give you like a nice, like, chilled fruit tray, though, to like hold you over up there in the broadcast booth?
That would be really nice. They did not. But Tim Haggerty, gentleman and a scholar that he is, he brought me this big old huge fan. Tim is the announcer for the Chihuahuas.
Correct.
And he has a tiny little fan in his booth, and he brought over this big old fan for my booth.
I have a big van next to me.
Oh.
Medium. Kind of regular size van.
Is it humid heat in El Paso? Or is it like dry heat?
No.
It's dry.
Okay.
So dry.
At least you got that going.
It's like Gary Shandling's comedy.
Yeah.
It's very dry. Very dry, Zay.
Do you want me to throw another one out there?
That joke was just for Sushan.
It's as if you had to listen to Dennis Miller do an entire sports broadcast.
Very dry.
Whoa.
Very dry. Very
And for
dry.
a couple of years, people had to do that on Monday Night Football.
I loved it.
Really?
That was my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I thought I was like a smart kid, and I wasn't. So his stuff really worked with me. I still told.
It was an interesting idea.
What do you think failed most about it? Because I feel now whenever they try to put comedians, man, what's the name of that comedian that all the Republicans love? That got kicked off Saturday Night Live.
Shane Gillis.
So they try to put him in booths all the time.
Yeah.
And it's unbearable.
Yeah.
Not to name names.
Yeah, so I think that if you are going to go with that concept, it needs to be pregame, postgame, halftime, because you're trying to like give him some airtime, and it's forced, right? Like, and you guys know me, like I'm the guy. I just want the game. I just want to talk about the game. I don't like it when people go off on tangents. I don't want the play-by-play to be a borderline podcast. Like, I want you to just talk about the game, but not everyone feels that way. They're like, oh, we need to get the casual audience, or
That's us.
We got to reinvent the wheel.
It's me
yeah.
and Van.
So the boys like that, and
Yeah.
that's why so many people like the Manning cast. But put the Manning cast on a separate channel, which is what they do, and just let me enjoy the game with two people
Well,
who know, you know.
You're incredibly right now because the Manning cast tanked last year in ratings. People are
really?
people are over it.
You can't have Marshawn every episode.
It's too much Marshawn. I still hold
You
it.
know, yeah, no, go ahead.
No, you got one more. I can feel it.
I was just going to say, all of those things, they work in small doses. So you just can't keep going to the well with the same type of, Manning cast type content. Eventually you just got to just do it the old fashioned way.
We've been saying for some time, give us a baseball game with no broadcasters. We just want to hear the sounds of the game.
That's called going to the game. It's very simple. You just go to the game.
Which I love doing, by the way. We all know that. Somebody who's not going to go to any Isotopes games soon. Shortstop Ryan Ritter.
He gone.
Adios.
All right, so you boys know, and for the friends of the show, there's certain things that I either know or that I kind of have a strong feeling is what's happening, but I'm not allowed to say because it's not my news to break, right? It's either Ryan Ritter's, choice to tell people, or it's the Rockies. They're the ones who announced that he's officially going to the major leagues. But it was 2 nights ago after the game on Wednesday. I'm doing the post-game show, and I see somebody walking around the outfield. And he still keeps walking around the outfield. I get on the binoculars. I see that it's Ritter. I finish the post-game show. He's still out there. I go over and say hello to Hags. We're talking about the game. He's still out there. I'm walking downstairs. You can walk to the hotel here. He's still out there. And he's just soaking it all in. Like whoever he was talking to on the phone, a couple of times he just sat down on the warning track up against the wall. There was other times that he's pacing around. You can tell that he's FaceTiming some people. And I just thought it was the coolest thing to be able to observe from 400 feet away. This guy who just got the greatest news of his life, that his dream is coming true. And he's just out there talking to whoever it was that he was talking to. And, oh, my goodness, it was just the coolest thing to be able to watch from a distance. And I didn't know for sure that he was going to the major leagues, but there's a pretty good idea, that he's going to the big leagues. Tovar's been hurt. Tovar hadn't played. And so, man, just so excited for him.
I mean, whether Tovar is hurt or not, he kind of forced his way into the lineup with how well he's been playing.
Yeah, so I was actually been thinking over the last 3 weeks with how well he's been playing. Like you said, he's played shortstop every day. And I'm like, okay, we got to get the boys some reps at second base. We got to get the dude some reps at third. Ritter's got to play everywhere because Tovar's the shortstop. That's what I've been thinking the last 3 weeks. Well, as it turns out, Tovar gets hurt, and so now he is going to play shortstop. Still long term, the Rockies are hoping that Tovar's their dude for the next decade. So yeah. I think eventually he's got to, be able to figure out second, third. I mean, Tovar won a Gold Glove last year. Right? Yeah. So, but whatever. That's for something down the road. I'm just pumped that he's there.
Do you know how Pilo gave him the news? Was it a pretty cool moment? Because I saw that he wasn't in the lineup yesterday, and all hints were on that he was getting called up, whether in that moment or today. You know how it all played out?
No, I do not. That's a good question. And I know that Pilo likes to try to, do some fancy things from time to time. You kind of start to see the writing on the wall, right? Because, again, Monday is when Tovar got hurt. Tuesday, Tovar's not in the lineup, and Ritter does not play. Wednesday, Ritter's the DH, right? And so you're starting to put 2 and 2 together and like, all right, just in case Tovar's not healthy, they're kind of making sure that Ritter doesn't get hurt in the meantime. So, no, I don't know exactly how it happened, but, I'm sure that it was really cool. Pilo really enjoys trying to come up with fun things. And then also Braxton Fulford got told that he was going up to the big leagues as well. So, pump for both of those guys.
All right.
Brian Ritter, by having his contract selected today by the Rockies, he will become, I believe, the 8th player to make his major league debut with the Rockies this season. That's a lot of players.
Yeah, is that a lot?
Feels like a lot. To make their debuts, I think.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, the last few years, Sushan is used to it.
Oh, yeah, touche.
Yeah. It's normal.
Well, when you're 12 and 50, right?
Yeah, but they got 6 of those ones in the last 10 days. Like they're on a heater right now.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you doing? Like, you feel bad for Jacob Stallings, right? He gets released, but at the same time, he's a veteran guy, and you got to find out who you got at AAA and which guys are major leaguers and which guys are not. So, yeah.
I think it's hilarious. Like, there was a moment, like the social media for the Rockies is genius, because there was a moment where, they said Scotty Scheffler has more wins on the PGA Tour than the Colorado Rockies do have in Major League Baseball. And then the Rockies go and sweep the Marlins, and they own themselves on the internet and say wins in June. Rockies 3, Scheffler 0. Like, if you're going to be bad, at least be entertaining, right?
Yeah. Look, I remember hearing a long time ago, you're either going to laugh or you're going to cry. No one wants to cry, right? So you got to laugh, right? But it doesn't change the fact that it hurts. And that's why I'm a big believer. Like, yeah, you enjoy every win. I don't care how many wins you got. You enjoy every one.
Nick Anderson made his Rockies organizational debut last night, the 48th player to appear in a game for the Isotopes. Does it feel like you've learned 48 players?
48. Oh, my goodness. There's years where there was not 48 over the entire season, and we're already at 48 this year. Man, that is a lot of guys. This was total coincidence, but I love how many coincidences there are in baseball. Mm-hmm. So we had Diego Castillo, and he utilized the opt-out clause in his contract. And Castillo pitched in 2020 for the Rays when they went to the World Series. He was a big part of their bullpen. And also a big part of the 2020 Rays is the guy who took his place on the roster, Nick Anderson.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, outside the world of baseball, but I want your perspective. As of June of 2025, we are now closer to 2050 than we are the year 2000. How do you feel about that?
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Yeah, that's oof. I feel like almost every day there's certain things that happen that make me just realize how old I am, Like, I've reluctantly admitted that the 80s were a long time ago, right? But I now admit, okay, the 80s were a long time ago. But I still don't feel like the 90s were that long ago, but they were. They were literally 26 years ago. At the start of the 90s was 36 years ago. And now you guys are dropping that we're closer to 2050 than 1999.
My first sports related I'm getting old moment was the Toronto Blue Jays roster like 2 years ago, where they had the kids of like every person I watched growing up, like Dante Bichette's kid, Vladimir Guerrero's kid, Craig Biggio's kid, who's the pitcher, Al Leiter's kid. Like they're like the Infinity Stones of like MLB players' kids. It's like, oh wait, my time is gone.
Dominic Mysterio.
For me, it was Eric Young Jr. When Eric Young Jr. retired, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" I remember getting Eric Young Sr.'s rookie baseball card, and now Eric Young Jr. has retired. That's what that really got me.
When's Ken Griffey III coming?
Whenever Rey Mysterio Jr., who is Dominic Mysterio, came out and wrestled his father, that's when I was an old man. That was it for me. Who's on pre-show, Josh?
Andrew Quezada. We talked about how great he pitched on Sunday, and he's pitching tomorrow.
Excellent. Right. Yeah, way to go.
Yeah.
Have a good broadcast tonight. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. You guys enjoy your weekend even more.
Okay. I mean, that's a dare I'll take.
I'm a gunna.
Isaiah?
I manifest and predict a large Isotopes win.
I'm into that.
Also into that. Van, final words?
Oh, my goodness, my friend. Too much for the time allotted. Anything you wouldn't cover, check out Monday morning on the Opening Drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you next week, Burke.